Country music superstar Roy Clark has died. He was 85. I'm John Beaudin from Rock History Music. I was a rocker in the 70s, but I loved Roy Clark. I would look at him on TV on Hee Haw, and he was on TV all over the place in the 70s, and I'd see him as an incredibly talented guy. The guy could sing, he was an amazing guitarist, like really good, top shelf. But he came across, there was something trustworthy about Roy Clark. He came across like someone's favorite uncle, someone you could talk to. Notice he always had a smile on his face. In all, Clark released almost 40 studio albums, not including 9 live LPs, and 68 singles. His country hits included Through the Eyes of a Fool in '64, When the Wind Blows in Chicago, that was in '65. His top 10 country hits included The Tips of My Fingers in '63, Yesterday When I Was Young, that was in 1969, and 1970s, I Never Picked Cotton, plus Thank God and the Greyhound, 2 years later. He also had the Lawrence Welk Hee Haw Counter-Revolution Polka, and then his only #1 country hit, Come Live With Me in 1973. That same year he peaked at #2 with Somewhere Between Love and Tomorrow, and a few months later reached #4 with Honeymoon Feelin. And in 1976, If I Had to Do It All Over Again. And when he put his guitar down, he could play banjo, fiddle, mandolin, harmonica, and a host of other instruments. And as mentioned, he was also the host of Hee Haw for its entire 24-year run, with sometimes having Buck Owens as a co-host. In 2004, when Hee Haw was released on DVD for the first time, he said the show just won't go away. It brings a smile to many faces. Buck Owens left the show in 1986, and it's been a few years since we actually lost Buck Owens. But he had a different take on Hee Haw, calling it a cartoon donkey. He said he did it for the big paycheck, while Clark, on the other hand, said the show was like a family reunion. Quote, we became part of a family. The viewers were sort of part owners of the show. They identified with these clowns. And we had good music. Roy Clark was also a guest host on The Tonight Show during the 60s and 70s, which was rare for country singers. He was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 2009. He was also one of the first artists to open a theater in Branson, Missouri. Roy Clark was born in Virginia on April 15, 1933. He received his first guitar as a Christmas present when he was 15 years old. By the time he was 16, he was playing in his father's band. His publicist says that Clark died today due to complications from pneumonia at home in Tulsa, Oklahoma. When I was a kid in the 70s and Roy Clark would come on the TV, I would stop what I was doing because I just loved looking at the guy. I loved watching him play guitar. I loved his hits. And I wasn't a country guy at all. While I was growing up, there was block programming in the local radio station in Eastern Canada where I was born in Miramichi, New Brunswick. And in the daytime, they would play country music. So in spite of the fact that at that time I hated that country music, I've gotten to love old country now, and I have a great appreciation for it. And Roy Clark is a big part of that. May he rest in peace, 85 years old. Make sure you comment on our videos, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. I'm John Beaudin from Rock History Music.